Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Calum. I'm an empath, a psychic, and an oracle of sorts. And welcome to Full Mental Alchemy. I'm gonna lean back a little bit so you guys can at least see like a silhouette of me. It is of course like 1 in the morning. I just got off work. Or no, it's 1:30 actually. But I've been itching to do a reading all day. I was going to do one before work, but it just didn't feel right and I didn't have the time. And like all shift, since I got to work, I've been looking forward to doing a reading after. Um, so it is so aligned to do one right now. I've missed you guys. It's been a minute. Of course, like I've told you guys that I am not going to be as active as I have been because I've started my new job, but know that I miss you every day that I'm not doing readings. I so miss when I was unemployed and I could do like multiple readings a day. Uh, I miss it. I miss reading cards, and um, in reflecting on the my absence and being not being able to do readings as often, we're gonna be doing having a little flash from the past. I've been using the Dark Side Tarot a lot recently. It's a deck I just recently got, but today we're gonna be using the Wanderer's Tarot. I just tried to show you. You can't fucking see. It is nighttime. Oh my gosh, there's such an. I'm just so excited to be doing a reading right now. Fills my heart with joy. I hope you all are doing so well. I hope you're having a wonderful moment in time. Little life update, real quick. I got snake bites. They're still fresh. I got them like 4 days ago. And they are still pretty sore and very swollen. Um, but I've been a little tidbit about my life. I have been wanting these piercings for like 2 years now. Since the beginning of 2023, I've been wanting these snakebite piercings. And for some reason, I I always had a reason as to why I wouldn't get them. And it's so beautiful the timing of getting these piercings because my coworker like literally dared me to get them. He um was like getting another ear piercing. I don't remember what piercing, but they were like, if I get this piercing, you have to get snake bites. And I was like, okay, bet. And then they showed up the next day with the piercing, and they're like, where are your snake bites? And I was like, I'll get them tomorrow. And then I got them the next day. Um, and it's just very synchronistic, the timing of me getting this piercing, because I've kind of I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I've cut a cord recently that has been very raw and difficult for me to fully process and work through. But it's something that like I've needed to do for a while. And it's kind of beautiful because this having a piercing, I haven't gotten a piercing since I got my septum done like a year and a half ago, or shit, almost 2 years ago now. Um, and it's kind of beautiful the way that like the patience I'm having to have with my body is reminiscent of the patience I'm having to have with my emotions right now. Um, I don't I don't know why I felt inclined to share that. It's just an observation I've had about my life recently where I'm learning to have patience with myself and trust, like, just allow the healing process to happen. Maybe you needed to hear that. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna pull some cards now. We're gonna get into the reading. Don't worry. Um, this is gonna be a tarot reading, a general collective reading. I invite you to use your discernment and intuition as we go forward. I kind of just want to like let the cards speak. I haven't used this deck in a minute. It has been at least a couple months since I've used this deck. Um, like literally when I pulled these cards out of the packaging, they were like stuck together. Um, so it feels nice, like a return to form using this deck again. This is one of my favorite decks that I own. Oh, immediately we have got, I can't even see the cards right now. It's so dark. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. Is it even worth showing you the cards? I'm not going to show you the cards. Sorry. I might show you the spread if I feel inclined, but we're just going to pull cards and I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm learning to step away from the bit by bit, whatever, like reciting the cards as we go, just kind of like letting the story unfold. I don't know. I'm in like a weird mood right now, like very energetic out of nowhere. I was not this energetic a minute ago. Oh, wow. Interesting. We have the Five of Swords in reverse, the Hermit, and then the Knight of Wands. You could be coming out of a hermit period. Like the Knight of Wands is very much inviting like an increase in energy. It feels synchronistic to what I'm feeling right now. Getting into this energy. I don't know. It seems like you've kind of had some time to reflect on something, some sort of resolution. And now you're looking for ways to maybe expand or like look to the like it's like you're taking small steps to reach some sort of goal, some sort of self-expansion. It seems like you're understanding deeper truths about yourself, inviting more peace, and yeah, exactly. It's almost like you're in some sort of energy of like vigor, I want to say. Like you're very like feeling very ambitious, and but with that it's like coming from a place of like I know it needs to get done and I'm going to do it. um I pulled the Star in reverse to clarify the Hermit, and then I pulled the Queen of Pentacles to clarify the Star. Yeah. um I don't know, it kind of just feels like you had to spend some time alone, some time just like really not necessarily locking yourself away from the world, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles as well. Like you really had to just like hunker down into your own space. And now and that like the reason for that was to find some something that was missing. Not necessarily like that there was anything missing, but something that you were looking over within yourself. Because the Star in reverse, like the Star is a card of healing, it's a card of self-discovery, expansion, inner truth, and it being in reverse feels like trying to recognize where those things can come from, or like how you can maintain some sort of um, inner alignment. Wow, I put my sweater on because usually when I sit at this park, I get really cold, but I'm like, it is hot right now. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like it's emphasizing that energy that I was talking about with the Hermit, like coming out of the Hermit period. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of like when this deck talks about the Queen of Pentacles, it's like somebody that um, is so content with themselves and so well achieved and very they have a very sustainable life and lifestyle that their alignment within kind of leads them to other people like that. Um, so it feels like with the Knight of Wands, you're kind of stepping out of this and also stepping out of this hermit period with a sense of balance. We have Temperance. Again, trying to show you the cards. It is too dark for that. But it seems like you're you found some sense of stability from this hermit period, and now you're ready to move out, ready to move forward. Maybe that's a message. You're ready to move out. Maybe you're looking to move homes, move states, cities, countries. Who knows? Who knows? We have the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it seems like something is no longer weighing on your heart, or like the weight that something was having on you is soon to pass. And I especially am feeling that with the Five of Swords in reverse we saw earlier. Like breaking out of that feeling of mental turmoil, or just like, I'm hearing mental disruption. I don't know. Oh, I have to pee. There's like no bathrooms at this park. I should have gone when I left work. That's so silly of me. I low-key might pause this video so I can walk to the bathroom that's like on the other side of the lake over there. Or I guess I could drive over there. I just have to go around. We'll give it another like 10 minutes and see how I feel. Maybe it'll pass. Or maybe it'll get worse. Who knows? What else is in the energy? What else can we get from this? What comes with this Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands energy that we're talking about as they break out of the hermit period? What is there to expect? Is that the card I think it was? No. Oh! Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. There is no of. I thought it was... That's interesting. When it popped out, I thought it was the Devil. The card was really dark. But it was because it was hidden by the shadows. But as I bring it into the light, it's the Two of Cups. Oh, and my chest just like lit on fire as I said that. It's almost like there's something that is just like bursting onto the scene. Someone that's like bursting onto the scene, stepping out of the shadows. Someone that it's like you had some sort of preconceived notion about someone, or maybe you were just like overlooking someone in your life. And then out of nowhere, it's like they appear. And oh my goodness, the cards are just jumping around. This deck is very excited to see me. The King of Cups. This person could be a masculine. Is this about to be a love reading? Not what I was expecting. Somebody very in tune with their emotions. Someone that's very understanding and very receptive, I'm hearing. Which isn't usually an energy I get from like a masculine card, but like the King of Cups is someone that's very in touch with their feminine side, very aware of what it takes to like have an even exchange of emotions. I'm gonna loosen my belt. I'm like gonna pee myself. I need to find a bathroom. I might pause this in a moment, but I'm a little too invested in this energy to... Ooh, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. It seems like this is somebody that's like really sure about you. Somebody that they're ready to meet you where you're at, it looks like. Not what I was expecting to come out of that Knight of Wands. But, you know, It seems like with the hermit that we saw earlier, it's like you had to go within and be alone and find some sense of balance again. And coming out of that hermit period, you're energized, you're balanced, and you're in the exact state that you need to be to meet this person. Can I get more on this King of Cups person, this energy, this masculine figure? Which, when I say masculine, I'm speaking on energy. Gender isn't really like doesn't jive with tarot. When I speak to masculine energy, I'm speaking to the aspects within us that are like action oriented, very. How do I describe masculine energy? I don't have the fucking mental space right now to try to get into this, but within us, we all have feminine and masculine. So when I say masculine, I'm not speaking to a man or even whatever. Like, this could be a woman that is in masculine energy or a non-binary person that's in masculine energy. Someone in the comments, please explain the divine feminine and masculine within us. I don't feel like it right now. I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. And then another card that fucking slid under my chair. The Nine of Wands. Okay, this is interesting. And then the Three of Wands in reverse. It seems like somebody that's like... Wait, this is weird energy. Not in like a bad way, but like there's a lot. It's kind of a mixed bag with the wheel in reverse, and then the Nine of Wands and the Three of Wands in reverse. It looks like somebody that's like, it's like I'm ready to come forward, but like the Three of Wands reverse gives me a sense of hesitation, and the wheel, I feel like, speaks to an energy of a pause, of things kind of being at a standstill, or but the Nine of Wands is a very prepared energy. It's like standing at the front lines, you know? Like, I wish you could see the way she's standing in this card. She's got like one wand in her hand and there's 8 more behind her, ready to take on any challenge. But the Three of Wands being in reverse feels like not necessarily even hesitation, but it's very like, my bags are packed, I'm just waiting to go, you know? Why this? We have the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Interesting. And the Five of Wands. Messy. Not really, but like messy a little bit. There's just a hint of mess. Just a touch. Huh. You know, I don't really know what to get from that. The Ten of Swords just fell out of the deck in reverse. What? Why? What's going on? Spill the tea. Why the Ten of Swords? Like, when the Ten of Swords... Oh, the Five of Cups, to clarify that. Interesting. What I was going to say is the Ten of Swords in reverse speaks to... Like, the Ten of Swords is a grand ending, you know? It's a card of either betrayal or just deep pain and sorrow. Like, 10 swords stabbed in the bed is the imagery of it, you know? And in reverse, I usually see it being like the, not necessarily nail in the coffin, but nail in the coffin to that situation. Like, that situation, that being at the tail end of that pain, The moon is on the bottom of the deck as well. But the Five of Cups coming to clarify the Ten of Swords in reverse feels like a coming to the end of a really painful, sorrowful situation, and being in the space of grieving that and working through the emotions associated with that. And it seems like maybe this person is waiting to come forward because they're processing some kind of really great pain that they're still kind of working through. And they're taking their time because we have the Ten of Cups. They see you as some sort, they want to build a life with you, a family, maybe even. Some sort of, like, they want to have their big happy outcome with you, is what I'm seeing. And with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like they don't want to risk that Ten of Cups being stolen away through some energy of conflict with the Five of Wands. Like if they were to go too quickly, jump the gun, they don't want that opportunity to slip away or be stolen by the presence of chaos. Can we get some clarification on, I guess, the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. They're like really in a heavy energy of fear. Not even like fear, but it's just like they don't want to bring that Five of Wands energy into your life. Ace of Cups, but they're working on it, it looks like. Trying to find some kind of peace within that, trying to find some sort of solution, trying to help themselves. The Three of Swords in reverse. Bring an end to this heartbreaks, this pain. See, but we have the Two of Swords in the original three of the spread. So it seems like this person's very sure about you. There is no indecision. Like the Two of Swords is usually a card of indecision. And in reverse, I see it as the reverse of that. Like the opposite. Like, not having, it's like having clarity in the dark. Trusting, some sort of trust and intuition, full faith in themselves, full faith in you, maybe. And I pulled the Four of Cups to clarify the Two of Swords, to kind of emphasize that message. Can I get one more card? But I feel like that indecision, or rather the resolution of indecision, has come from, yeah, exactly, has come from a long stage of, like, evaluation. Like they've been thinking about it a lot. And I say that because we have the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. Like they've spent a lot of time thinking about what they want, what they may have been avoiding, doing their best to understand themselves with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about learning, about evolution, self-discovery, getting comfortable with the scary truths. This seems like someone that's very awakened, someone that's very not afraid to toil in the darkness. Especially because we saw the moon earlier, like there's some stuff that's coming to light within them. And it's that awareness of what's going on internally that's kind of keeping them in a pause, kind of keeping them at like the world's edge. But I'm interested by that energy that I was talking about when I pulled the Two of Cups, of like the Two of Cups just kind of coming out of nowhere, jumping out of the shadows. Can we get some cards to like amplify that message? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. I don't even know what that means in reverse. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll make it up as we go. And then the Ace of Pentacles. You know, the Ace of Wands, like, it's a card where inspiration can kind of come in out of nowhere, or like maybe someone gives you a chance to expand on some sort of passion that you either lied dormant within you or you didn't realize was a passion for you, or even just like a reignited spark. But in reverse, I almost feel like it's self-imposed. Like, um, I'm just getting like such a solar plexus chakra sort of feeling. Like, it's just that gut feeling that, like, I don't know. I don't know. But the Ace of Pentacles, and then I have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I don't know how to take the Queen of Wands in reverse in this situation. I'm not going to lie to you. I have to pee so bad. It did not go away. Oh, goodness. Oh, the bathrooms are probably locked this late at night. I can't even focus right now. I have to pee so bad. That might be TMI, but whatever. And then the Three of Cups in reverse. I'm getting a weird energy from that Queen of Wands in reverse. Because the Queen of Wands in reverse can be someone that, like, it isn't inherently a manipulative energy, unlike what a lot of readers tend to just, like, when any of the court cards come out in reverse, I feel like a lot of readers are quick to be like, oh, karmic bad energy, but the there's nuance to it, because the Queen of Wands in reverse can also be like understanding the ways where you need to allow more maybe empathy, or allow more room for people to what am I trying to say? I'm heavily just hearing like allow the room for something. Allow the room for something. Or like having an awareness on when not to do something, not to we also have the Three of Cups in reverse. I forgot to mention this card. Um hmm. When not to celebrate? What does that even mean? In the context of this. Hold on. Hold the phone. Because the Queen of Wands here, I feel like, is explaining the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles energy a little bit, but I'm just not sure how just yet. The Emperor. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know. This is somebody that's very strategic. They're being very... It's like nothing that's happening here is without purpose. That's like the vibe that I'm getting. Especially with the Emperor coming out. Like, the Emperor knows how to manage their kingdom, and they know when to make the moves when it, like, is necessary. And the Ten of Pentacles, like every time I see the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like the work. I always hear it's like the work that needs to be done to maintain the Ten of Pentacles. What needs to happen in order to make the Ten of Pentacles happen. It's like having foresight for it and understanding who needs to be involved to make that Ten of Pentacles happen. But it seems like this person's really dedicated to getting you in their life. Yeah, the Chariot. It's like, even though this person is in the shadows at the moment, expect them to just like bust out. Like, I'm literally going to move this to the light so that you can see this card. They're going to bust out of the shadows with their headlights blaring, being like, get in, bitch, we're going shopping. I don't know. Very interesting. We're going to take a brief intermission. For you, it'll be like a moment, like a second, but I need to find a fucking bathroom or I'm going to explode or simply pee myself, and we don't want that. We don't want either of those things to happen, and believe me, both are possible. Both are very possible at this time. So I'm going to pause this real quick, and we will return. I just saw the Knight of Cups when I split the deck. Okay, I found a spot with lighting, which is a double-edged sword because you can see me, but now I can't see my cards. So can't have it all, I guess. I'll be able to see enough, I think. Can you see me? Yeah. Hold on. We'll turn that up. It was already all the way up. Whatever. We're making it work. I feel much better. Sorry for being human. Okay. I had something to say about the energy, but I don't remember. So, whatever. Oh my god. I used hand sanitizer and now I have no grip on my cards. The Four of Cups came out in reverse. Oh, I can see the cards fine. We're all good. We have the Page of Swords. We're just going to keep wandering. I don't know if we're returning to that energy we were reading on before. We'll see. Page of Pentacles. A lot of page energy. Oh my god, my hands are so dry now. I'm going to like put a little water in my hands to moisten them up because I cannot. Oh, I fucking spilled it on my leg. My hands are just so dry. Need to keep moisturizer. Oh, I literally, yeah, whatever. I have moisturizer. We already committed to pouring water. My leg is wet now. This is such a messy reading, but you know, we live for it. That's what life's all about. The messy and all. Okay. I can actually use my fucking cards now. Okay. I have to ground myself real quick. What's the Four of Cups about? The Seven of Swords. Interesting. This feels like your energy. The World in reverse. Hmm. Sorry. Give me a moment. I want to get a feel for what we're talking about here. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my God. I'm like... This thread of energy just like hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. We've got quite a few cards here. And we're gonna break it down. The last card we pulled in the spread, the original spread, was the Page of Pentacles. And to clarify it, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then the Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to get into it in a moment. I just need to like kind of look over all of this. Under the Page of Swords, we had the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords in reverse. All of these sections are like moving in like, I don't know. There's some uniformity, and I don't know how to describe that outside of it just feeling like there's segments of energy here. In the past, we have the Four of Cups in reverse, with that's clarified by the Seven of Swords and the World in reverse, and then the Two of Wands in reverse. And it seems like we might be talking about that hermit period here. Like, something was... I don't know, with the World reverse, I just keep hearing it was the end of the world. And the Two of Wands being in reverse feels like this. Wow, I feel like sick to my stomach all of a sudden. Like I'm getting uncertainty about the way forward. I heard caught in a lie. Give me more on that. What are we talking about? The Nine of Swords. You could have been caught in a lie by the King of Cups. By that person we were talking about before. So maybe you have history with this person. Ace of Cups. And it's like you had to learn how to cope with that lie. What was the lie we're talking about? The Sun? That you were happy? The Knight of Wands in reverse? Oh my gosh, the cards are just speaking right now. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Wheel in reverse. Wow. This is hitting like a really deep spot for me. I don't know. It seems like you were putting on some kind of front. Hold on. I'm confused because the King of Cups energy felt so new. It felt so out of nowhere. But it feels like there's history between you. With the Knight of Wands, like all of this was to I was pulling these cards to kind of clarify what exactly you were lying about. And the Sun makes me think that you were like putting on this face of being like happy go lucky. Um and with the Knight of Wands, it feels like this shroud of like on the surface you're like in this excitable energy, this I'm hearing emphatic energy. I don't even know what emphatic means. Look that up. Um Emphatic. I know that word, but I don't know the definition by heart. It's not a word I normally use. But the Knight of Wands being in reverse, it feels like kind of a stunted energy, like you're not able to do the things you want to do. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you can't focus on the future, you can't plan ahead. You're stuck looking at the things that you can't control. And with the Wheel in reverse, it's like you were forcing yourself into a state of stagnation, of what's the word I'm thinking of? Suspension. Like you're just suspended. It's giving Hangman. And then in the present, we have the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Swords. I need to know more now with the context we have in the past. What's the Five of Swords? You have some kind of new perspective on some kind of disagreement. Three of Wands in reverse. Like you're able to get past some kind of pain with a new perspective. You're being pushed in a new direction. It's like the Three of Wands in reverse speaks to, it feels like you're wanting to go somewhere, and the Six of Swords in reverse feels like you're being forced to walk a different way. Being forced to take a different path. Six of Pentacles in reverse. And we had two cards fall out. The Empress and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The energies are like mirroring each other here. Oh, it's like you're having to evaluate something. Like reevaluate maybe your plans, or reevaluate what your goals are, or like what your intentions are behind what you're doing. That was a fucking scary noise. It was like a screeching. Or like a dog. I don't even know. I did not like that noise. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. With the Empress. It's like there's a truth about something that you're having to open yourself up to. Somebody that was like taking from you. Something that wasn't fully aligned with this Ten of Pentacles vision that you might have. We have Strength and then the Eight of Pentacles. Can I get one more? It doesn't look like it. And then the Five of Pentacles. And it's interesting the Five of Pentacles is what comes out right now, because it's what I thought the Six of Pentacles was. Oh my god. I feel like I'm like on the verge of tears here. And I feel like there's something behind that in me mistaking the Six of Pentacles in reverse for the Five of Pentacles. Because it's almost like emphasizing this idea of like I'm hearing owning other people's problems. It's like somebody was stealing from you and you were blaming yourself. But it's not like stealing. Like the Six of Pentacles in reverse is more like, it feels like people taking advantage of your giving nature. And the Five of Pentacles coming out after the Empress feels like, well, and after Strength and the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know, it feels like you're showing up in some sort of, like, I'm not getting a pitying sort of energy from this Five of Pentacles. Like the Five of Pentacles is kind of like a feeling without sort of thing. It kind of depicts a person who's like asking for a handout. It I always see it as like a low point in the journey of the Pentacle suit. Not being quite where you want to be. But there's like almost a sense of, like with Strength and the Eight of Pentacles, it feels like there's this energy of humbleness coming from it. Like, this is what you have to show for what you've experienced. And I say that because of Strength. Like, Strength is giving that. And the Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like you're not playing down what has happened to you. You're just kind of showing all your cards is what I'm getting. And I don't really get like how that plays into what we're talking about here. In all honesty, I need to look back at this past energy because there was so much that happened. Some kind of ending that kept you from being able to move forward. Some sort of again, that lie. It almost seems like maybe the lie had to involve this King of Cups, like I was saying earlier, but like I think it runs deeper than that. Like it has to do with this Six of Pentacles we're talking about in the present. This lie that, oh, there's something there. What is the lie? What is the lie? We're gonna crack you. We're gonna figure it out. You can't hide from me, viewer of this video. And this isn't like to try to, we're trying to reveal the shadow, you know? It's not about like calling you out. It's about understanding these things so that we can better move forward. And honestly, I'm kind of like I want to spill the tea a little bit. We have the Three of Cups. And there's such contrast between this Five of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. I feel like you weren't being honest with yourself. That was the lie. That you were in this Three of Cups energy, when in reality, you're in the Five of Pentacles. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's such a humbleness around it. I feel like you're no longer lying to yourself, is what I'm seeing here. I want to know what role the King of Cups figure we keep seeing is playing in this dynamic. Because I'm a little confused as to why they're even involved in what the through line here is. We have the King of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing there was a lesson that wasn't learned. Again, what we were saying, like, there was something... What did I say in the beginning? Like, there was something that you missed. Something that was missed. And that's what that hermit period was for, you know? You could still be in this hermit period soon to come out. It seems like you're on the verge of discovery, the Page of Wands. The Ace of Wands. I'm hearing you have to give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance at what? The Five of Cups. Give yourself the chance to grieve something. What do they need to grieve? The Queen of Cups. The Ace of Swords. Wow. And the Star in reverse. Full body chills. That being in that present energy, just like in the beginning, full body chills. I'm hearing that you need to grieve the ways that you weren't prioritizing yourself, weren't taking care of your emotional body, the truths that you let remain outside of yourself, but like also the ways that you weren't aligning with your innermost truth, like we were talking about in the beginning when the Star first came out. It's like you need to grieve the person, the version of yourself that's inside of you that you let stay hidden for a long time. the way you weren't serving your best interest for a long time. Like the ways you allowed that Six of Pentacles in reverse energy to persist. I'm hearing the way you passed up on yourself. That's the ticket. You need to grieve that version of yourself that went unheard, unseen for a long time. Give that vulnerable part of yourself some love. Is there anything else we need to hear out of this present energy, this current time? No, they're telling me to move forward. And I think that's the advice for you too, to move forward. Intense stuff here. I was not expecting this out of this reading. Now, in the future, near future energy, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Let's talk about it. I'm even going to lay these cards out a little, with a little more space so we can give them a little, like, each their own attention. Like, I'm getting that this near future spread is convoluted, and we're going to just take our time with it. So let's look at the Page of Pentacles. So we've got the context of the past and present, what's been going on within you. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. It seems like there's some kind of opportunity coming your way in the near future that's going to resolve a lot of conflict within you. We have Justice. It seems like it's going to clear something up for you. It's going to relieve some distraction. But I'm also getting this like imagery of a path forward clearing that feels right for you. It's going to make up for the confusion of something. Judgment in reverse. I don't know. I don't know what exactly the Page of Pentacles is. It seems like some kind of... I don't know if it's like a self-imposed sort of idea, or if it's somebody coming to you. Like, I'm being called to the way the Page of Pentacles is kind of, he's like pointing out the pentacle. Like, I'm getting that you should look out for signs and synchronicities that align to some sort of expansion when it comes to your, I want to say, career, or even a home life, in how we were talking about a move, moving out of the city, moving out of your hometown. Maybe even just traveling. I don't know. Especially with the Eight of Wands. There's going to be an aspect of that. We're going to be diving into, I think. But with Judgment in reverse, along with the rest of these cards here, there's some kind of big clarification coming in. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's impossible to miss. Because Judgment is all about that trumpet call. It's like, this, will you learn the lesson this time? Very interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Full body chills. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the Two of Cups in reverse. That's to clarify Judgment. I'm trying to navigate whether we're talking about this King of Cups that we saw earlier, that we've been talking about in your past, or not. Because the Two of Cups is a card that, you know, it speaks of union. And in the case that we're talking about, it feels like a dynamic between two people. In reverse, it's not a bad thing. Don't get freaked out by the Two of Cups coming out in reverse. What I see this card as in reverse is like coming into union with yourself. It's like understanding that love does not, or not even love, but like understanding that connection does not solve the problem. Yeah, that's how I'm going to phrase that. With the Four of Swords in reverse, it feels like I pulled these cards to clarify Judgment in reverse. And with the Emperor in reverse, that speaks to like inaction. It speaks to maybe even a lack of accountability. Like not taking action when it's necessary. And with the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords is a card about rest. It's a card about recuperation, and reflection, allowing yourself the time to let what's gone unseen be spoken, or at least be made aware of. And that's just the case in this deck, because you can't fucking see it. The imagery is a guy that is turning his head away from a mirror, and in the mirror is a kind of ghostly woman. And I'm getting some sense of like avoidance, but like internally. And with the Two of Cups reverse, I feel like it's this Judgment moment, this Page of Pentacles opportunity is a chance for you to recognize where you've stepped aside from yourself in the past and call that pattern out as it comes out. It's like there's a hard move you have to make in the near future. And with the Emperor, this could speak to another person, but I feel like it's you. It's a sense of knowing when it, like what we were talking about with that King of Cups energy, like knowing when not to strike. I hope that makes sense. Like it's giving divine timing. But the perspective that you need to have on it is centered around you. Like the Two of Cups in reverse is all about centering yourself. It's all about prioritizing what. I just saw 555 on the time when I glanced at it. Moving from a space of intention toward bettering yourself, prioritizing your own needs. And you know, with the Eight of Wands coming out after that in reverse, again, it feels like you need to have some awareness on when not to do something, when not to go somewhere. Having a higher understanding of what the right move to make is. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands in reverse. I almost want to put the cards from the past away so we have more to pull from, but you know, we're just gonna see what comes out. We have the High Priestess in reverse. This absolutely confirms what I'm saying. It's like, take both of these cards in their upright. Like the Eight of Wands is all about action. It's about movement. Knowing what direction to move in terms of like the imagery of it in this deck. It's a man who's walking up a staircase, suitcase or briefcase in hand, walking away from a child. And I see it as like this growth of self, moving towards a higher destiny. And the High Priestess is all about that as well. Learning from your darkness, expansion, like actual evolution, self-development. And in reverse, it feels like understanding when what the hard move to make is. Because in reverse, I don't even know if you can really tell. Like he's walking upside down, you know? And that might seem like a silly observation. It seems like he's going downward. It seems like he's backtracking. But it feels like even with the inspiration that you have to move forward, this newfound energy, that Knight of Wands temperance energy, it feels like if you are too hasty with that, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. That's like full stop. That is full stop energy. At least that's how I'm feeling it right now. In some ways you could view it as releasing, I don't know. The Knight of Pentacles is such a card of patience that it feels like this is a time to like understand when you need to like take full advantage of your resources. Don't squander your resources. With the High Priestess in reverse here, with the Eight of Wands, it feels like you need to understand when like I'm just hearing learn the hard lesson. Learn the hard lesson. And I'm not even fully clear what that lesson is right now. It feels like not going with this person, it seems like. And of course, use your intuition, use your discernment. If this story isn't resonating for you, if you're not getting that feeling of like like it's speaking to aspects of your life, feel free to scroll away. You don't have to take in messages that aren't in alignment for you. But at the same time, I feel like there is, for some people watching this, there's a need to listen to what is being said and apply it in a way where it's like, this is the hard truth I don't want to accept. And that's kind of the vibe we're getting from this. I want to know more about the Seven of Wands in reverse, because I always see the Seven of Wands in reverse as like extreme defensiveness, having your guard on absolute maximum. Or it could even be letting your guard down. Let's let the cards coming next decide what we're talking about here. Give me the card. The Knight of Cups. Whoa. There's a lot. There's a lot here. And then the Shaman. The Shaman. Holy shit, this is intense. And I'll explain in a second. Having to like take it all in. This energy got so intense out of nowhere. Going into this, it was all happy-go-lucky, like, but I think that exemplifies what you're doing and what you're experiencing. It feels like you're putting on this facade, showing the world like, oh, I'm doing so great. I'm so, everything is so perfect, and trying to maintain that facade, it seems like it's doing more harm than good. Let's see if I can even fucking read this. Oh my god, the lighting is so poor. The most important journey is within you, in the twists and turns of the spirit and mysticism, encouraged by your instinct to commit yourself to superior forces. This to the collective and personal unconscious, or thus to the collective and personal unconscious. You are not advised to sleep, but to travel beyond the boundaries of the ordinary, meeting friendly spirits and genies, but also ghosts and demons who will put you to the test. The treasure, the most precious object is a pipe filled with magical herbs. Smoke the pipe and take flight with your mind. Let yourself be guided by the oldest and most experienced shaman. She knows where to lead you and which medicine you should take to heal your body, mind, and spirit. Leave your comfort zone and fly towards the unknown, brimming with promises and full of the courage that every traveler must have. And I felt called to read that card because, oh, wow. I may have been reading this from, hold on. Like I said, this part was going to be convoluted. I warned you of that before we got into it. That's why I said it, because there's so many twists and turns to this energy. I want to know more about the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Before we get anywhere, move any further, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ten of Wands. Hold on. I need to just pull some cards for a second. I'm gonna put the past energies away, just so I have more to pull from here. Um, just give me a moment. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pause the video real quick, and I'll be right back. It's convoluted. It's complicated. That's the point. That's the point. I don't fully I'm wrapping my head around how to communicate this message because I want to be as clear as I can be to help you navigate it. But also this is something that is going to like as this whatever happens moving forward. I don't think you're going to expect it. I think it's going to kind of hit you like a brick wall as you're going like 90 miles per hour. The same way this energy just shifted on me out of nowhere. It seems like somebody's coming in. And the advice that I'm getting is that you need to understand how to move differently is the best way I know I can put it into words. How to do things, you have to know how to do things differently. Because it seems like there's a facade that you've put on in the past, a way that you've hidden yourself from your inner truth. Oh, it seems like in the past you've downplayed your truth in some sort of way. How exactly, I'm not completely sure. It seems like with the sun, putting on like this super happy-go-lucky demeanor in the face of less than stellar circumstances. And the advice that Spirit is giving with the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups and the Shaman, it's like you need to basically, as this comes in, let your guard down. I know that the way I communicated it before was like guard maximum, but it almost feels like that's your impulse. Your impulse is to put up a wall, to hide that part of yourself that's feeling that Five of Pentacles energy. The truth of the matter, the truth of your being. But what you need to do in the face of this, whenever this person comes in, whoever this might be for you, let your guard down. Speak your truth. Allow that inner shaman within you to be seen. It's like dive deep into your emotions, and it's like open Pandora's box and don't try to contain it, is mainly the message that I'm getting. I pulled some cards to try to like understand this message because I was like, I wanted to know if this King of Cups we're talking about that has come up in your recent past is this same King of Cups that we were talking about in the beginning that's coming out of nowhere. And I got the Knight of Wands, and that feels like a clear yes. And then I was trying to navigate what exactly what the advice for that is. Why? And I got the Five of Cups. There's something you need to process, something that you need to accept, something that you need to come to terms with. And I got the Six of Wands to clarify that, and then the Empress. And I feel like it's having some fucking faith in yourself, having some recognition of who you are, the way that you may have defined yourself in the past. Ooh. You know what? Exactly. Okay. I was looking at the Knight of Pentacles section of this spread. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Ten of Wands. And then I pulled the Nine of Wands. And what I'm getting from this is it's still that energy of a full stop. You need to stop yourself in your tracks before you go to maintain that same lie that you've had in the past. And when I say lie, I'm not saying that in a way to be like you're intentionally trying to deceive other people, but it's like you're a lie in the sense of not being your most authentic self, not being true to who you are deep down inside. And with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, with the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like completely stop yourself before you have that impulse to put on that facade, put on that mask. And instead, embrace the fact that there's some discontentment in where you stand. And it's almost like take on the burden of that you're not quite, not even that you're not where you want to be, because there is this energy that you are where you want to be, but you're not like, not fully, you're just not being honest with yourself. You're not going to be, you can't be perfect. You can't, it's like you have an unrealistic expectation of what you should be feeling and where you should be in your life. And the Nine of Wands feels like a prompt to face the challenge head on, is what I'm getting. There's so much more that I want to convey here. But I kind of feel like I need to end the reading here. The time was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when I looked at the time. And I don't know what the right choice for you is going to be. I don't know the full story here. I don't fully know how to help you, you know? I'm just reading cards. So, but the biggest thing that Spirit is trying to communicate is that you need to be real with yourself in the presence of another person. Be real with yourself in the presence of another person. Let that wall down. Be vulnerable. Like I said when I unpaused the reading about like 30 minutes in, I put water on my hands to get grip on my cards, to get a grip on the situation at hand. And what I said is, life's a little messy. And I think you just need to allow yourself to get a little messy. I wanted to get a more like certain outcome of what this is. This is not the direction I was expecting this to go in. I But I feel like the outcome is not what you're expecting. Maybe not what you want it to be. And entirely dependent on how you show up in the situation. Whenever this happens, I can't give you a time frame. I'm not even going to try. There's no point in trying to predict it. And I don't want you to spend every moment of your life looking for when this is going to happen, because I think this, no matter what, Spirit is going to hit you with this when you least expect it. It's a test of sorts. I don't inherently think that the universe tests us, but there are lessons that we need to learn. And this is one of those moments where Spirit's going to kind of throw you into the mud and be like, what have you learned, And it's not like it's a test that you can fail. But it will be repeated if you miss the point. Spirit wants you to show up authentically. That's the goal here. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards to wrap this up in some sort of way. This was a really long reading, and I'm sorry for that. But we needed to go on this journey over this hour and a half that we've been connecting here, so that you could get the picture, so that you could see the evolution of this. We have the Moon in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And on the Nine of Pentacles in this deck is the Phoenix. This is all about rebirth, reformation of the self. Accepting that hard truth and alchemizing it so that you can better navigate your life, better navigate your experience as a human. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. There's a truth you're holding on too tightly to. Something that you don't want to get out. Ask yourself what that is. What it is you're so scared of revealing. The Moon in reverse is all about that. Allowing those depths to come to light. Exploring that chaos within you. That's the key. I have no idea what I'm gonna title this. The key is in vulnerability. That's gonna be the title, I guess. No, I'm gonna leave it at those 4 cards. I just saw the Hanged Man in reverse when I split the deck. And it's in the upright now as I look at the bottom of the deck. It's almost like you thought you were... Something you thought wasn't quite right. And that isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I think you're just uncovering the truth as you go. You're learning as you go, and that's a beautiful thing. That's what this whole journey of life is all about. But the only way to truly learn, to truly grow and learn the lesson, to get the point, you have to let yourself get a little messy. Let that wall down. Free yourself of the constraints that were built by the people that raised you. This is going to be a big moment for you. And I just want you to take some deep breaths. This was an intense reading. I was not prepared for this. And I don't think you're going to be prepared for this whenever it takes place. Maybe it already has taken place. I don't know. I'm just reading cards. But in that same vein, I think you won't feel prepared, but you are. You have all of the tools at your disposal that you could ever need to handle this situation. And I think this is just the time for you to apply those tools. And allow some truth to emanate from you. I hope this was able to provide some confirmation or clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out to me on Instagram at fullmentalalchemy with an underscore before and after. I will have that linked below. Feel free to leave any questions or concerns or advice or whatever in the comments. I'm always active. I try to respond to everybody I can. I thank you so much for watching this all the way through, if you made it this far. I know I haven't done a reading this long in a long time, but if you watched it all the way through, you're a fucking superstar, and I love you. And I'm so grateful that you would give me an hour and a half of your time. It's a lot of time to give someone. If you like my style, if you like the way I read, please feel free to subscribe. I would be eternally grateful. And I'm trying to post as often as I can. It's mostly just when I have the energy to do readings, because sometimes I can only do like 20 minutes at a time, and sometimes I'm able to do an hour and a half of a reading. It kind of just depends. My schedule's all over the place right now, so we're making it work. But eventually I want to be back to posting like every day. It's just a matter of finding the room in my schedule to do that. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I don't want this to be over because I just want to keep reading cards for you guys. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful moment in time, and I will see you in the next video.